Please remain standing. We will now have the presentation of the colors and the playing of the national anthem. The colors will be presented by the Joint Service Color Guard of the University of Memphis, United States Army, Naval and Air Force Reserve Officers Training Corps. The national anthem will be sung by soprano Amanda Woodward-Boyd. Ms. Boyd has traveled from coast to coast in the USA and to France, Italy, and Brazil as an opera singer. This afternoon, she will graduate with a Master's of Music degree from the Rudy E. Scheidt School of Music. Ms. Boyd is honored to be the featured soloist for today's events and would like to thank the University of Memphis for this wonderful opportunity. Please be seated. Good morning. I'm David Rudd, the University Provost. I want to welcome you to the spring convocation of the 101st Commencement of the University of Memphis. We are extremely proud of our graduating class today. We will award a total of 2,392 degrees. I agree, 2,392 degrees from the 11 schools and colleges that comprise the university. This afternoon, we will recognize 805 graduates in 3 of our colleges and 1 of our schools. We will recognize the remainder of our graduates later this afternoon and evening. This brings the number of degrees awarded since 1912 to nearly 155,000. I agree, that deserves some applause. At this time, I would like to introduce some special members of the platform party who will be participating in today's ceremony. Please stand as you are introduced. Ms. Linda Bonin, Vice President for Communications, Public Relations, and Marketing. Ms. Julie A. Johnson, Vice President for Advancement. Mr. David Zettergren, Vice President for Business and Finance. Ms. Ellen Watson, Vice President for Technology and Chief Information Officer. Dr. Rosie Phillips Bingham, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Richard Evans, President of the Faculty Senate. Dr. Rajiv Grover, Dean of the Fogelman College of Business and Economics. Dr. Lisa Kledges, Dean of the School of Public Health. Dr. Eugene Eckstein, Interim Dean of the Herf College of Engineering. Dr. Donald Wagner, Dean of the College of Education, Health, and Human Sciences. Dr. Gayla Sheba, Associate Dean, Lowenberg School of Nursing. Dr. Silverna F. Ford, Dean of the University Libraries. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Russell Bourne, President of the Student Government Association. Russell will graduate this afternoon with a Bachelor of Arts degree from the College of Arts and Sciences. Russell?
On behalf of the SGA and the University of Memphis faculty and alumni, we congratulate the class of 2013. Give yourselves a round of applause for this accomplishment. I would like to thank you for your time here at the university. You have contributed greatly to the success of this fine institution. By receiving a degree from the University of Memphis, you now have a step up on your competition, whether in the workforce or in your daily lives. We hope that you will take pride in your university as your university takes pride in you. I know it has been a long journey. After many tiresome study sessions, after many late nights, after many research deadlines, you have all crossed the finish line here today. Of course, this wasn't always easy. All of us have failed at some point in our lives. It could have been a final exam, a research paper, a job application, or ordinary trial that we weren't able to overcome. However, it isn't your failures that matter, but the fact that you tried. I'm reminded of a quote by basketball legend Michael Jordan that says, "I can accept failure, but I can't accept not trying." This day represents that not only have you tried, but you have succeeded. My advice to you going forward is do not be afraid of failure. A perfect example of someone who wasn't afraid of failure is NFL two-time MVP Kurt Warner. Warner graduated from the University of Northern Iowa, and after practicing in NFL training camps, he was released before the season began. Eventually, Warner was forced to work at a supermarket for minimum wage. But again, Warner was not afraid of failure, and he wouldn't accept not trying. He often told his skeptical coworkers, "One day I'm going to make it in the NFL." Warner tried out once again and eventually made the St. Louis Rams, leading them to two Super Bowl appearances in 3 years, and he also led the Arizona Cardinals to the Super Bowl in the 2008 season. This is someone who faced failure and succeeded. Finally, I would like to say that your journey is not over. There are many more tests and trials to come. For some of you, that means continuing your education. For others, that means entering the workforce. Many of you are leaving the university today, and you will experience the greatest life has to offer. But please remember this: you may leave Tiger Nation, but Tiger Nation will never leave you. Your dedication and your ability to not be afraid of failure have brought you to where you are today. If you apply this same dedication to your future endeavors, I can promise that you will be victorious. Once again, congratulations, guys. By golly, we did it. God bless.
Thank you, Russell. We have always enjoyed the presence of members of the Tennessee Board of Regents at our commencement. The Honorable Gregory M. Duckett joins us today. He is Senior Vice President of Baptist Memorial Healthcare Corporation, a member of our Board of Visitors, and a 1985 graduate of the Cecil Humphreys School of Law. Mr. Duckett brings greetings. Mr. Duckett?
Thank you. It is indeed a pleasure as well as a privilege to have an opportunity to bring greetings on behalf of the Tennessee Board of Regents, and I would be remiss on this lovely day if I would not officially start my remarks by saying Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers that are in the audience. The Tennessee Board of Regents is the governing body for the higher education facilities outside of those that are part of the University of Tennessee system. It is, again, my honor to represent those individuals as the vice chair of the board. The governor, Governor Bill Haslam, is chair of the Tennessee Board of Regents. Our system, as I said, represents 46 institutions. 6 of them are four-year degree granting institutions. We have 13 community colleges that make up our system, the balance being our Tennessee Technology Centers. As the vice chair, I am honored to relay congratulations to the real reason that we are here today, and that is to congratulate you, the graduates of this year's class. Let me also say that it is with mixed emotions that I am here today, as I recognize that this is President Shirley Raines' last official ceremony that she will participate in as president of the University of Memphis. And she has done a tremendous job over the years, and U.S. students should be proud of what she has done, and we as citizens of this community are definitely proud of what she has done. As a native Memphian, let me say to Dr. Raines, you will truly be missed as president. To our graduates, as you walk across the stage today, you begin not only the first steps of your career and your professional lives, you also join in an elite group. By participating in today's ceremony, you become one of only 29% of adult Tennesseans with a college degree. You also become the future of this great state and this great nation. Today, you are making your own history by being one of 2,392 graduates in this weekend's spring graduation class. We will be conferring several degrees in various disciplines. And let me close by saying, on behalf of the Board of Regents, please accept our warmest congratulations and our very best wishes for your future success as you continue your journey along developing yourself into the professionals that we know that you seek to be. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Duckett. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the 11th President of the University of Memphis, Dr. Shirley C. Raines. President Raines will end her 12-year tenure on June 30th, 2013, as the 11th President and the first woman to hold the position in the history of the university. President Raines has led the University of Memphis through a period of phenomenal growth, allowing the university to reach new benchmarks in enrollment, research, and community collaboration. Major focus areas of her work with students include an increased emphasis on student retention, expansion of the university's Honors and Emerging Leaders program, and the creation of a nationally recognized internship program. Students have always been at the center of Dr. Raines' agenda. During Dr. Raines' tenure, the university has undergone notable changes, including the opening of a newly designed university center, the relocation of the Cecil Humphreys Law School to the historic Customs House and Post Office in downtown Memphis, and the establishment of the University of Memphis Lambeth campus. Enrollment has grown to more than 22,000 students, And as it celebrated its centennial in 2012, the university awarded 4,033 degrees, the most in its history. Dr. Raines, you will be missed tremendously. Thank you. Thank you for your dynamic leadership. Graduates, you are the first half of the last class to shake hands with your president, Dr. Raines. Dr. Raines.
Thank you so much. I did have a flashback about the first time I stood at this podium to become a part of the University of Memphis, but I want you to know I will always be a part of the University of Memphis, and so will you, and today is your day. It's a momentous day for all of you who are graduates and for all of the families that are here, and thank you for your patience. We didn't know how far the Grizzlies would go, and we hope they keep on going. But they don't get to control this arena. The NBA controls it, and so thank you also to every one of you who changed your plans. And from the day that we had people sign up for commencement exercises, we told them, we don't know which day it's going to be on. So for all of you from the third tier to the second tier, and especially those in the first tier and on the floor, thank you for making it to this wonderful ceremony. We're very proud that it's Mother's Day, and greetings have already been brought to you. But whether you're a mother, a mother-in-law, a grandmother, a godmother, or just someone who had to act like a mother, we are so pleased that you're here to celebrate with your graduates. And I would have to say, daddies and fathers, we're happy to have you here too. But welcome. Welcome to the spring convocation of the 101st commencement ceremony. It's an exciting day for the university. Graduates, we have watched you and worked with you as individuals, and we've seen your talents, and we have heard about your dreams, and we've watched you learn. And it's now our great opportunity to help you celebrate today. And here today to help us celebrate is our commencement speaker. We're so honored to have as our commencement speaker the senior United States Senator of Tennessee, Senator Lamar Alexander. Senator Alexander was born in Maryville, Tennessee. Now, did I say it right? Maryville or Maryville? But I'm close. The son of a kindergarten teacher, and as many of you know, I started my professional life as a kindergarten teacher, so I've always felt a kinship to Senator Alexander. And also his father was an elementary school principal. He is a 7th generation Tennessean. He serves on committees overseeing education, clean air, highways, science, appropriations, and the Tennessee Valley Authority. He was elected 3 times by his peers to serve as chairman of the Senate Republican Conference, the 3rd ranking Republican position in the United States Senate, and a position he held from 2007 until January 2012. He is the only Tennessean ever popularly elected as to be both governor and later as a U.S. Senator. Senator Alexander has been U.S. Education Secretary, University of Tennessee President, and professor at Harvard School of Government. He chaired the National Governors Association and President Reagan's Commission on Americans Outdoors. In private life, he helped found the nation's largest provider of worksite daycare. In his campaign for governor, Lamar Alexander walked 1,000 miles across Tennessee in his now famous red and black plaid shirt. And it was on that walk across Tennessee when I first met Lamar Alexander, I was starting a child care center at Roane State Community College and working on my doctorate at the same time, and I met he and his wife, Honey. But once elected, he helped Tennessee become the third largest auto producer and the first state to pay teachers more for teaching well. He is a classical and country pianist, the author of 7 books, including 6 Months Off, the story of his family's life in Australia after he was governor. Senator Lamar Alexander and Honey were married in 1969. They have 4 children and 5 grandchildren. He is a Presbyterian elder. Please welcome to the podium for the commencement, the 101st commencement of the University of Memphis, United States Senator and friend of education, Lamar Alexander.
Thank you, Dr. Raines, Dr. Rudd, members of the faculty, and especially members of the 2,392 University of Memphis graduating class of 2013, your family, and your friends. I'm very proud of Dr. Raines' 12 years at the University of Memphis. She's done a terrific job. I think it's appropriate that we salute that, and I think it's appropriate that your new interim president, Brad and Dina Martin, have contributed a scholarship in Shirley Raines' honor for students who are going into teaching. I've told Shirley over the years that I know a little bit about the job of president of a university, having been president of a small institution at the other end of the state. And I've told her how some people would come up to me occasionally and say, what is more difficult, being governor of a state, a member of the president's cabinet, or president of a university? And my answer always was, if you'd ever been a university president, you wouldn't ask a question like that. There's a lot of joy with it, but it's a tough job. She's done it very, very well. I thank you for the honor of being with you on such a special day. And a day or two change in schedule doesn't make any difference to me as long as the Grizzlies are winning. And I don't think it does to you either. Instead of making a speech that you're certain not to remember, let me tell you a story about a great Tennessee storyteller who became a dear friend of every member of our family. His name was Alex Haley, and I hope you will remember just these 6 words: find the good and praise it. Most everybody knows about Alex Haley. He was a famous man. He became famous listening to stories as he sat on the front porch of his grandma's house in Henning, Tennessee, which is not far from Memphis. He told me he would sit there in the summertime listening to his great Aunt Liz and his great Aunt Plus and his grandma rock on the porch and tell stories about his African ancestors. Alex would say that his great Aunt Liz, sitting on that porch and rocking, could knock a firefly out of the air at 14 feet with an accurate stream of tobacco juice. Alex listened to those stories about his ancestors. Kunta Kinte, who was snatched out of the forest in Gambia and brought to the port of Annapolis to be sold as a slave. His descendant, Chicken George, Alex's own grandmother, Queen, the daughter of an Irish plantation owner and a slave. And Alex's father, Simon P. Haley, who as a young boy was the only child in his family who was wasted, as they used to say. In other words, he was allowed to continue school. He went on to school. He went on to North Carolina AT&T for his first year. In the summer, Simon P. Haley got a job on a Pullman train between Memphis and Chicago. And he debated going back to school because he didn't speak well, he didn't have much money for clothes. He had made enough money that summer to buy a mule and a plow, and he thought he'd go back to being a sharecropper. But late one night, a bell rang. A man wanted a glass of warm milk. A conversation ensued, and he forgot about the conversation. With the encouragement of his mother, he went back to North Carolina A&T, and word was out that the president of the university wanted to see Simon P. Haley. Well, he went into the president's office not knowing what was about to happen, and the president gave him an envelope with $463, enough to complete his education, which came from the man on the train. That young man, Simon P. Haley, then went on to Cornell University, and the first African American to graduate in the School of Agriculture. He then came back to Tennessee to Lane College. He raised with his wife 4 children, an architect, a teacher, a lawyer, and a 4th child, Alex, who he thought was not going to amount to anything, so he took him down and put him in the Coast Guard. Alex started writing letters in the Coast Guard because he wrote better than his shipmates. He started sending his stories to Reader's Digest and to Saturday Evening Post. When he got out of the Coast Guard, he interviewed Malcolm X and wrote a book about that. Then he spent 10 years turning those stories he heard on the porch in Henning, Tennessee from his grandma into every family's story. The struggle for freedom, the struggle for equality, the story of Roots. Roots became a television series that became the most watched television history, and it changed the way all of us look at our families. It was in 1980 that our family met Alex Haley. I was governor at the time, and he was a world-famous writer. The money was pouring in. He was famous, but we don't remember him for that. We remember him because he would come into the governor's residence where we were living then, and he would pick up our daughter's essay, and he would look at it and say, "Leslie, that's very good. I think that could win a prize." Or if he would go to our youngest son's, who was playing with a video camera, and he would say, "Will, you've done a good job. I think I'll tell Steven Spielberg about you." Or he would tell us that he'd spent the day with our 16-year-old son, and he would say what no parent ever expects to hear about a 16-year-old son. He said Drew was polite to everybody for the entire day. Or he would say to all of us, "You're so lucky to have each other." He would find the good and praise it. He always seemed to have time for everyone. Walking down the street in Knoxville, he met a man whose name was Joseph Rivera. He found that he couldn't read. He taught him to read. And about a year later, a story showed up in Parade magazine about Joseph Rivera, written by Alex Haley. Find the good and praise it. A lot of people stayed at the governor's mansion when we lived there. Elizabeth Taylor, President Reagan, Captain Kangaroo. But the person that the people who worked there most wanted to see was Alex Haley, because he always seemed more interested in them than they were in him. Find the good and praise it. I don't want you to think that Alex Haley was one of those syrupy sort of people. He had a very good sense of humor, especially on Mother's Day. He'd look out at this huge audience, and he'd see the grandparents and the parents and the children, and he would say, "I will solve for you the mystery of why grandparents and grandchildren get along so well." And then he would say with a twinkle in his eye, "It's because they have a common enemy." I never saw Alex angry at anyone. I never heard him say a bad word about anybody because of their race or where they came from. Find the good and praise it. That was especially true about people who were finding things wrong with America. Alex wouldn't put up with that. That was quite a message coming from the grandson of slaves. I thought about those 6 words, find the good and praise it, when we buried Alex about 20 years ago in the front yard in Henning, Tennessee, where he sat on the porch and heard those stories about his African ancestors. There, by his gravestone, is the marker with those 6 words, find the good and praise it. I hope you can see that my story has something to do with your lives and with the country today. Many Americans are worried about the direction of our country. They think we're off track. Yet ironically, it's a time when the rest of the world seems ready to try many things about our way of life. It's important to be able to see our shortcomings, but it's also important to be able to find the good and praise it. We have in America all the same problems that everybody else in the world has. What we have that is different is we have more capacity to deal with those problems than most other countries in the world. This is not only the largest graduating class in the history of the University of Memphis, it is likely the most talented. Because of your time here at the University of Memphis, you will have more capacity to live by your school motto of dreamers, thinkers, doers, and to use your talents to make a contribution to your community, to your state, and perhaps to the world. So, congratulations to you. We are proud of you. Find the good and praise it.
Thank you, Senator Alexander, for your timely, insightful, and memorable comments. We will now recognize each of the graduates. Their names will be read by Mr. Jacob Allen, Assistant Professor, Musical Theater, and Miss Anita Jo Linhart, Associate Professor, Theater and Dance. I think this may be the time you were waiting for. At this time, I ask our guests to join us in acknowledging the accomplishments of our graduates. We draw your attention to the overhead screen, if you hadn't already noticed it, that will allow you to have a close-up view of each candidate with President Raines. The candidates for the doctoral degrees will be presented by Dr. Karen Weddle-West, Vice Provost for Graduate Programs and Director of Diversity Initiatives.
President Raines, I present the candidates for the doctoral degrees. Will the doctoral candidates please rise and remain standing? President Raines, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the university, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred.
Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class, upon certification by the graduate school that you have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation, and by the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the doctoral degree that you have earned and admit you to all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. You will receive the appropriate diploma.
The following candidates have earned the Doctor of Musical Arts degree. Griffin Francis Brown is receiving the Doctor of Musical Arts degree from the Rudy E. Scheidt School of Music. Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean. Dr. Janet K. Page, Major Professor. Sarah Courtney Russin is receiving the Doctor of Musical Arts degree from the Rudy E. Scheidt School of Music. Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean. Professor Lenny Schranzi, Major Professor. Patrick Samuel Lobes is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Department of Communication. Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean. Dr. Sandra Sarkella, Major Professor. The following candidates have earned the Doctor of Philosophy degree from the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Henry Kurtz, Dean. James Philip Davis is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Department of Earth Sciences. Dr. Henry Kurtz, Dean. Dr. Bob Smalley, Jr., Major Professor. Gina Renee Denton is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Department of English. Dr. Henry Kurtz, Dean, Dr. Carrie James Michaelitis, Major Professor. Sean Fisher is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Department of History. Dr. Henry Kurtz, Dean, Dr. Aram Gudsuzian, Major Professor. Doris Ann Youngblood Mulhern is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Department of History. Dr. Henry Kurtz, Dean, Dr. Aram Gudsuzian, Major Professor. Mark D. Jansen is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Department of History. Dr. Henry Kurtz, Dean, Dr. Peter J. Brand, Major Professor. Nina Milan Poole is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Department of Biological Sciences. Dr. Henry Kurtz, Dean, Dr. Louis Coons, and Dr. Judith Cole, co-major professors. Wendy Michelle Rose is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Department of Biological Sciences. Dr. Henry Kurtz, Dean, Dr. Donald D. Orth, Major Professor, Dr. Judith Cole, assisting in the hooding. Christian Thomas Vlauten is receiving the Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Department of Biological Sciences. Dr. Henry Kurtz, Dean, Dr. Michael Firkin, Major Professor.
At this time, President Raines will confer the graduate degrees. Dr. Weddell West will introduce the candidates.
Thanks. Will all the candidates for the specialist and master's degrees please rise and remain standing? Specialist and master's degrees. President Raines, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the university, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred.
Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class, upon certification by the graduate school that you have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation, and with the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the degree that you have earned and admit you to all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereunto. You will receive the appropriate diploma. Please be seated.
President Raines, the deans of the colleges and schools of the candidates for the baccalaureate degree will present the undergraduate candidates as presented in the program. As your college is introduced, please rise and remain standing for the conferral of the baccalaureate degree. Dr. Dan Lattimore, Vice Provost for Extended Programs and Dean, University College.
Will all candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the University College please rise and remain standing? President Raines, on behalf of the faculty of the college, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred. Thank you. Please be seated.
Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean of the College of Communication and Fine Arts.
Will all the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the College of Communication and Fine Arts please rise and remain standing? President Raines, on behalf of the faculty of the college, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred. You may be seated.
Dr. Henry A. Kurtz, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences.
Will all the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? President Raines, on behalf of the faculty of the college, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred. Please be seated.
We're going to ask you to stand again. Will all the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please rise? Ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class of the undergraduate schools and colleges of the University of Memphis, with approval of the undergraduate faculties of the university and upon certification by your dean of your college that you have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation, and with the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the degree that you have earned and admit you to all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. You will receive the appropriate diploma. It is customary that you move your tassel from right to left, signifying that you have earned your baccalaureate degree. Please be seated.
I agree. I think that deserves a little more applause. We would like to recognize one undergraduate student who has earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Please stand when your name is called. Mr. Brandon Harris is receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree from the College of Arts and Sciences. Congratulations. Please be seated. Graduates who have distinguished themselves in their academic work by graduating with honors are listed in the program and can be identified by their honor cords. As I identify each honors group, please stand. Gold signifies summa cum laude. Would you please stand? Thank you. Be seated. Red signifies magna cum laude. Please stand. Thank you. You can be seated. And white signifies cum laude. Would you please stand? Thank you. Phi Kappa Phi is the University of Memphis' highest all-discipline academic honor society. It represents the top 5% of each college or school on campus. Would all the members of Phi Kappa Phi, including the faculty and administration, please stand and be recognized? Thank you. We are pleased to have with us today Ms. Anita Vaughn. Ms. Vaughn is a life member and president of the National Alumni Association Board and CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital for Women. She was named as Outstanding Alumna of the College of Arts and Sciences in 2005. Ms. Vaughn received both her bachelor's and master's from the University of Memphis. Ms. Vaughn brings remarks on behalf of the Alumni Association. Ms. Vaughn?
Thank you, Dr. Rudd. I too, Shirley, must say Happy Mother's Day, because besides your birth, this ranks right up there as one of the proudest moments for a mother. I encourage you to go out there and make your mark on your community and in your city, and to make lots of money so you can take care of us, and bring us grandchildren. That last part was spoken from the CEO of Baptist Women's Hospital. We'll gladly keep our doors open. Today is the first day of your life as an alumni or alumnus with the University of Memphis. With this honor comes responsibility. Responsibility to the university and to each other. You now join the ranks of such notable alums as Fred Thompson, actor and former senator, Bernice Donnell, judge for the Federal District Court, Anthony Penny Hardaway, former NBA and Memphis philanthropist, and Joanna Edwards, author, New York Times bestseller list. With this responsibility, comes speaking well of the university and staying connected through the Alumni Association. The Alumni Association is proud to present to each of you a complimentary first year. It will be mailed to you with your diploma. You have over 70 clubs, chapters, and programs based on academics, geography, and special interests which you may join. Because of devoted alumni, our great university will become one of the best metropolitan research institutions in the country. Just as every great city deserves a great university, every great university has a great alumni association. You are our future. You are our alumni. You are true blue. Please join us in the Alumni Association. Congratulations.
Thank you, Anita. Each college will now proceed to the stage. The graduate students precede the undergraduate students by college.
These are the graduates who have earned a degree in the University College. Dr. Dan L. Lattimore, Dean. Carrie Ann Carter, Student Marshal, University College, is receiving the Bachelor of Professional Studies degree. The following candidates have earned the Master of Arts in Liberal Studies degree. Shaquina Tawan Allen. Melanie L. George. Linda G. Hall. Loretta Harris. Christopher R. Marshall. Akila Shuntave Christian Miles. Heather Lynn Campbell Sachs. Latoya R. Taylor. The following candidates have earned the Master of Professional Studies. Ronald Andre Claxton. Sharita R. Davis. Karenda Kiana Hurt. Robert Roy Jackson. Kyra Sorrell Johnson. Kimberly Catrick Lampkin. James W. Moss Jr. Tanika Dolores Thrillkill. Andrew D. Williams. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Liberal Studies degree. Anne Marie Sharns. Steve T. Coons. James Montana Jones. Willie Humes Armstrong, Jr. Heather Elizabeth Beckman. Karen Lee Chase. Roy A. Coleman, Jr. Courtney Elise Cox. Rosalind Denise Curry. Janae Ariane Doty. Kimberly Michelle Douglas. Kaylin Houston Durham. Mary Ann Epps. Stanley Gerald Simpson. Farrakhan Edward Hall. Patrick M. Glancy. Alicia A. Heinrich. Caitlin Patrice Johnson. Christopher Brooks Johnson. Roshonda Johnson Forsyth. Christopher Clement Madden. Raven Simone Madison. Jamie A. Meeks. Lacey Nicole Newson. Marie Elizabeth Nichols. Willie Mae Perkins. Tarondel Phillips. Christy Yvonne Poindexter. Rupa Rao. Leon Tyrone Richardson. Trinette Dodson Robinson. Michael E. Sarafolian. Tina Jane Simmons. Lanita Smith. Jonathan Steigler. Brenda Carol Sutton. Michael Talley. Joseph Tron. Danielle Walker. Willie Marshall Williams. Erica Joynessa Williams. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Professional Studies degree: Olivia Ann Buffkin. Artis B. Carter. Christopher Nolan Cox. Christopher Adam Dugan. Brian Holb. April Denise Hunsucker. Bryant Michael Warren. Joshua Joseph Kurtz. April Marie Morris. Sheena Lynn Stewart. Deborah Ann Whitney. Nancy Wolf Bassett. Heather Ashley Body. Kirsten Daniel Davis. Victoria Soon Don. Shelley Ann Hale. Linda Joy Harris. Adrian Henderson. Lisa Carol Horton. Patrick Cody Hubley. Andrea Lynn Isbell. DeKindle Camille Johnson. Caitlin Olivia Jones. Sharika Nicole Lester. Catherine D. Minner. Kara Elizabeth Moore. Alicia Harvey Payne. William Mitchell Payne. Takoria Renee Rayford. Wendy Gail Santi. Lindsay Nicole Siegler. Courtney Alexandria South. Bené Barnes Tate. Jaleesa Arnett Tate. Andrea Katerina Tudor. Jacqueline Wagner. Elizabeth Ann Alsup. Lamarcus D. Anderson. Karen Hennard Andrews. Kiara R. Applewhite. Charlene Nicole Arwood. Taylor Renee Berthlot. Jessica Jean Vitar. Tarek Bernard Black. Daniel Breeden. Sherry A. Britt. Kimberly Nicole Brown. Joshua Arnez Brunt. Shasta Gabrielle Bryson. Brittany Danielle Bunton. Jessica Nicole Butts. Trista Danae Carrington. Jennifer Deshay Chambers, Nicholas Gerard Chartin, Jessica Christine Chavers, Raven Marie Church, Roshan Corley Hurt, Carolyn Ann Cox, Jonathan Lindsay Cox, Jacqueline Denise Kraft, Dana Marie Culpepper, Tonya Yuna Davidson, Alfreda Smith Davis, Torianne Sinise Davis, Timothy Matthew Davis, Donnie Nicholas Delaney, Marquise Dowdy, Brittany Olachi Akua, Kimberly Rose Fairchild, Ashley Garrett George, Ancharis M. Glover, Jason Damon Glover, Andrew Lee Golden, Brittany Monet Grandberry, LaShondria C. Green, Jessica Marie Green, Heather Christine Grew, Dominique Cortez Hampton, Brittany Shanae Harvey, Marchita Dion Haywood, Kentra Rain Hayworth, Quinsheba Shantae Henry, Lauren Nicole Hosford, Amanda Janie Hughes, Marquita Hughes, Ashley Lachey Hurt, Brittany Lane Irvin, Juanita Danielle Jeffries, Anisha Rashay Jones, Cordale L. Jones, Denisha Angelique Richardson, Deandra Michelle Kelly, Shanika Faye Kelly, Courtney Elizabeth LeMay, LaDuana Tyhill Lewis, Brittany Lee Lewis, Amber Nicole Lindsay, Allison Paige Lopez, Allison Marie Love, Heather Denise Macklin, Landon Richard McDonald, Antila J. McKinney, Natasha C. McNeely, Sierra Eugenia McNeil, Tori Patrice Moon, Heather Elizabeth Morgan, Tamara S. Oliver, Bethany Ruth Overman, Samantha Passman, Eric D. Perry, Hugh Sun Pham, Alicia Putman, Alexis Andrea Richardson, Aaron Keith Robinson, April L. Burl Richardson, Jamie Venice Rogers, Alexandra T. Saffold, William Clark Shifani, Christopher Anton Shermer, Maria Slupska, Marvin Lee Smith, Kimberly Denise Smith, Catherine Elise Snyder, Kimberly Isom Sprules, Stanley Ray Stepp, LaShanta Shade Stewart, Timothy J. Strasser, William Dwayne Sweet, Chandra S. Sykes. Brittany Denise Taylor. Preston Cole Taylor. Brittany L. Temple. Audra Nicole Travis. Amber Cherie Tucker. Brittany Lee Tyler. Kanisha Monique Udell. Nathaniel Jerome Wade. Lashana Rochelle Webster. Anidra Marie White Pearson. Sylvester Williams. Vivian Woods. Stephen Benjamin Young. Trey Dixon.
These are the graduates who have earned a degree in the College of Communication and Fine Arts. Dr. Richard R. Ranta, Dean. Kelsey Leslie Ann McDaniel, Student Marshal, College of Communication and Fine Arts, is receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree. The following candidates have earned the Master of Architecture. Colby Clifton Mitchell. Robert Allen Paulus. Theodore John Risch, Jr. Jesse Benjamin Webb. The following candidates have earned the Master of Arts degree. Brittany Chantel Block. Andrew Baird Brown. Casey Kendall Hilder. Haley Marie Hutchton. Michael Louis Belinsky. Matthew Murphy Cantillon. Brian James Fruits. Andrea Louise Middleton. Alec Noah. Brian Mitchell Perkins. Megan D. Valentine. The following candidates have earned the Master of Fine Arts degree. Mindy Dawn Fulcher. Julia Elizabeth Gagliano Dosh. Haley Suzanne Gilmore. Christine Diane Davis Ruby. The following candidates have earned the Master of Music degree. William Howard Bodley, Jr. Amanda Woodward Boyd. Xiaolo Cao. Philip Paul Johnson. Maika Aaron Lewis. Raquel Karina Nunez. Jonathan Pennington. Enrique Rodriguez Olvera. Yuko Sato. Kevin Frank Aaron Suterlin. Charles M. Taylor. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Arts degree. Leslie K. Adams. Rose Winborn Baker. John Luther Barger. Vanessa Mariana Bell. Samantha Marie Blake. Kirby Tanil Boyd. Lauren Ray Beard. David Noel Caffey, Jr. Erica Danielle Chambers. Natalie Dawn Chandler. Elizabeth Ann Cooper. Victoria Michelle Corbett. Andrea Ruth Cranford. Justin Taylor Cully. Latrice S. Davis. Michael Warren Davis II. Laura Michelle Delcombre. Kalinda Yvonne Dickerson. Jeremy S. Donaldson. Jarvis Rodney Greer, Jr. Devin L. Haynes. Nicholas Scott Hall. Caitlin Suzanne Hagenbrook. Avery Adele Hallman. Heather Downs Harshbarger. Julia Catherine Hodgson. Rachel Elizabeth Joins. Derek Cordell Smith. John Zachary Cadis. Kyle Wayne LaCroix. Natalie Lee Ledoux. Mike Aaron Lawrence. Sarah Caitlin McDuffie. Amanda Nicole Mitchell. Kimberly Nicole Morrison. Michael Taylor Oakes. Carrie Grace Oldham. Catherine Elizabeth Patton. Alexander Richard Payton. Dana Renee Porter. Stephanie Tennille Price. Crystal Diane Russell. Carrie Lee Sanders. Christopher Elliott Snyder. Gregory Scott Williams. Hannah Grace Sprague. John Robert Stevenson V. Nicole Elizabeth Williams. Erica Diane Hartsfield. Ashley Kenisha Williams. Kayla Marie Williams. Isaac Allen Wilson. John Robert Wolfe. Crystal Louise Woods. Brooke Allison Yarbrough. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. Rochelle A. Baker. Molly Mackenzie Brown. Melanie Grace Caffey. Megan Lane Hoover. Brandon Lewis Kelly. Mandy Nicole Martin. Jonah A. Sidholm. Alexandria Ray Spann. Kristen Michelle Surratt. Shakira Sarai Adams. Christopher Nicholas Champagne. Janie Crick. Kateri Lynn Dahl. Christina N. Hanford. Whitney Nicole Murray. Blakely Marie Saucier. Keegan Murray Schuett. Amy Laura Stewart. Matthew L. Webb. Carly Danielle Whitehead. Tyrell Aaron Witcher. Morgan Elizabeth Witter. William Lauren Kauser. William Stephen Cox. Sarah Elizabeth Crace. Conrad Armand Davis. Mika Charlotte Jordan. John Russell Morgan. Shadid Akwe Salim. Holly Michelle Taylor. Gerald Dale Van Fossen. Kyle Bradley Atkinson. Graham Allen Boykin. Benjamin Randolph Hill II. Renetta K. Jackson. Evan Andrew Jurashka. Reed Anthony Lambert. Brittany Cherie Boyd. Sarah Marie Brock. Sean Michael Carter. Lauren Michelle Cook, Benjamin Dale Cooper, Curtis Kevin Crocker, Sabrina Alay Dick, Carrington Anthony Epps, Kevin Christopher Evans, Robin Gibson, Michael Dylan Goff, Tara Layla Jones, William Earl Malone, Jr., Angela Diane Morgan, April Lynn Overly, Cassandra S. Peeler, Javen Montrell Pete, Lisa Marie Pendleton, Aaron Jonathan Pierce, Joseph Andrew Chumey, Zachary Alexander Webb, Jacob Christopher Wingfield. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Music degree: Jeremiah Quaden Padilla, Brian Todd Sims, Ruta Vendelskite, Hillary Marie Clemens, Rashad E. English, Charles E. Glover, John Lewis Hamilton III, Matthew Scott Holzmauscher, Tabria Simone Majors, Lucas Kyle Pruitt, Jacqueline Corell Skoog, Rebecca Doe Weinman, Bianca Balderrama, Larry Duval Jr., Benjamin Aaron Height, Adrian Ray Bailey II, John Arthur Baum, Jose Eduardo Espinoza, David Lee Harrison, Hunter Jameson Lang, Jeremy J. Lewis, Aisha Sherelle Smith. These are the graduates who have earned a degree in the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Henry A. Kurtz, Dean. Brandon Harris, Student Marshal, College of Arts and Sciences, is receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree. The following candidates have earned the Master of Arts degree: Susanna Ruth Acuff, Peter Adam Albrecht, Mallory Bader, Colby H. Barham, Kelly Marie Carroll, Karen Connolly, David Michael Cook, Jennifer A. Earhart, Jamie Evans, Jamie Evans, Stephen Ficalora, Emily Howell Gustafson, Molly Haight, Amy Noel Haygood, Jeffrey Hardy Leadham Jr., Brittany Marie Lyles, Rachel Rebecca Marsh, Angela L. Massengale, Jessica Nicole Mitchell, Gail Vanessa Ozan, Therese Ruland Petty, Rebecca Catherine Propes, Alicia Ray Reynolds, Sarah Rich Donovan, Amr Khalaf Shahat, Shannon Kristen Webb. The following candidates have earned the Master of City and Regional Planning degree: Tracy Louise Buckley, Richard Thomas Donovan Jr., Noel Blaze Gilbreth, Zachary Lee Hunter, Rachel A. McCook, The following candidates have earned the Master of Public Administration. Marissa Genevieve Aker. Jennifer Marie Amedo. John S. Anderson. Marquette D. Beecham. Carol Elizabeth Coulter. Rebecca Kathleen Davis. Charles Renell Fennell. Cecil Colby Height. Ashley Claire Kellogg. Brittany Elise King. Nagadipti Kolipara. Joseph Anthony Marizi. Derek Harris Miller. Gabrielle Elise Mondi. Jordan Elizabeth Moore. Fareen Feroz Panjawani. Courtney W. Robertson. Karen Elizabeth Scott. Joya Oriel Smith. Joya Erin Thornton. The following candidates have earned the Master of Science degree. Kanishka Adusumili. Satya Bhargav Cheredi. Lindsay Jacqueline Marie Gilbert. Austin Zachary Henley. Danielle Latrice Jones. Sarah Kalamensky. Markia Kelly. Sri Hasha Madamanchi. Vinela Maladi. David Charles Mills. Aravind Nuttalapati. Ashutosh Kananash Patil. Paige Perky. Madhavi Suruti Sunakavali. Chuan Tang. Bradley Thomas Yale. The following candidates have earned the Master of Social Work. Natlin B. Bauer. Ashley Nicole Blackman. Natalie Blackwell. Samantha Bryn. Tierra Jacinte Brown. Monica Dawn Carney. Cicely Alice Crawford. Carolyn Claire Edwards. Pamela R. Fleming. David Lon Frankel. Dana Joyce Gill. Samantha Brinna Ginsberg. E. Florence Boyce Hervery. Sierra Nicole Jordan. Leslie D. Lindsay. Angela Nicole Powell. Amy Catherine Pulliam. Anna Catherine Stukenborg. Vicky D. Valentine Phillips. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Arts degree. Catherine Rose Berger. Richard Thomas Craig. Allison Brooke Dobbins. Angela P. Jaluli. Hannah Marie Guess. Jean Lori Hanna. Cindy Christine Hardison. Ramon Antonio Harris. Artsy Christine Marie Hash. Atlanta Savannah Heathman. Amy Lynn Irwin. Alicia Danielle Ivory. Courtney Elise Jones. Jimmy Jurugiza. Dustin A. Keel. Christopher Neil King. Jose de Jesus Magana. Mary Nell Means. Catherine Linnell Moore. Evan John Ross Morrison, Andrew P. Mueller, Terry Ann Nesbitt, Ryan Ellis Paris, Amanda K. Pacey, Caleb Charles Sanborn, Jacob Douglas Strawn, Carol Ann Wardell, Nicole Alexis Whitaker, Kelly Peyton Audette, Stephen Russell Bourne, William Andrew Britton, Wesley Mitchell Carter, Judith Genus Buchanan, Elizabeth Anna Benson, Dana Lee Cooper, Jessica Irene Devers, Shamira Lene Donald, Kiora Stefani Brianna Downell, Melissa Ruth Etheridge, Benjamin Hale Giannini, Norea Danielle Grant, Melissa Ann Gross, Leah Rochelle Hardwick, Brooklyn Elise Henson, Grace Herbert, James Andrew Hilton, Catherine Lynn Hughes, Robert James Hunt, Bianca Allison Lewis, Lydia Grace Loden, Kirby Dallas Luigs, Janina Therese Madrid, Yasmin F. O'Day, Shadow Lee Pellman, Rebecca White Rateri, Mika LeVay Rabinowitz, Martha G. Rocha, Christina Seals, Nancy Ashby Shields, Terry Lynn Sanders Evans, Alex Hunter Sylvia, Louis Andrew Tomeko, Ava Madonna Trevethan, Regina Leslie Turner, Kyle Arnold Watkins, Ariel Camille West, Rakia L. Williams, Ray Edward Williams, Jr., Richard K. Yee, Nakia Quanisha Allen, Kyle L. Begay, Linda D. Johnston Black, Nikayla Renee Brooks, Elizabeth Ann Burnett, Melody Michelle Caldwell, Rachel Ann Cash, Emily Suzanne Cummings, Graham Howell Davis, Hunter Chase Dawson, Aaron Bryant Eason, Heather Leilone Graves, Adam B. Howard, Earl Ray Ingram, Kristen R. Isbell, Jessica Ann Jackson, Ashley Michelle King, Jonna Lakins, Joseph T. Luby, Monique Lachelle Mason, Charmine Mays, Brandon Allen MacArthur, John Cameron McDaniel, Jonathan Wesley McDaniel, Jermaine Japrice Moss, Jasmine Danielle Neely, Christopher Brian O'Neill, Jacqueline Ray Pennell, Clara M. Penn, Alice L. Postle Johnson. David Justin Prescott. Justine Elena Reams. Shauna Robinson. Jerica Chanel Rucker. Zaina Shuker. Carol Ann Sneed. Jonathan Scott Swan. Nicholas Freeman Tominello. Kirby Maria Tucker. Victoria E. Adair. Alyssa Michelle Alchokachachi. Alicia Shanta Arrington. Alesha Charday Banks. Bradley Wayne Barker. Grant Jacob Barnhill. Elise A. Belton. Sarah Lindsay Bennett. Becca T. Beralizza. Austin Tail Blanton. Kevin P. Bourne. Maria Faye Brailsford. Leslie Daniel Buchanan. Lakindra S. Buford. Crystal Marie Burnett. Kimberly Marie Caballero Rodriguez. Hillary Annette Chambers. Shanice P. Claybrooks. Zachary Shane Clemmer. J. Paul Coleman. Tanisha Cheyenne Comer. Jasmine Simone Copeland. Montrea Renee Copeg. Aaron Everett Cox. Jeffrey Wayne Crouch. Catherine Elizabeth Daly. Brittany Marie Davis. Sheree L. Davis. Tiffany Lynn Davis. Colton Wade Deal. Robin DeShields. Ashley E. Dixon. Cameron Elliott Dodge. Jeremy Douglas. Merlane Y. Dowdy. David L. Dowell. Casey Michelle Doolin. April Michelle Durette. John Adam Eason. Jeremy Nicholas Edwards. Megan Catrice Edwards. Terry Eugene Edwards. Brianna Nicole Federick. Anisha S. Ford. Latasha Christine Foster. Paige Aaron Franklin. Shannon Ashley Barden Freno. Thomas Alyn Ganday. Laura Catherine Gann. Edward Scott Gardner. Corsica Lachey Gaithright. Sean Gilly. Valencia Danielle Green. Roselle Holman Green. Virginia Ann Greenwool. Nicholas Drake Guerra. Demetrius Chantel Guy. Deborah M. Hall. Dylan Michael Hanks. Wesley Bryant Hansen, Jr. Felicia Larice Harris. Benjamin M. Hatcher. Bianca Charmaine Haynes. Victoria Lynette Henderson. Ebony Cherie Hines. Bouvet LaShawn Hive. Melody D. Holt. Candace N. Hopkins. Lashan Lavette Howard. Shamika Lachelle Howard. Erica Brianna Hughes. Shakina Levante Hewlin. Daryl W. Humphrey. Taryn Elise Jackson. Tarian Terrell Jameson. Chandraka D. Jenkins. Courtney Raquel Johnson. Deshara Deshawn Johnson. Gregory Wayne Johnson. Christina R. Johnson. Lawson T. Johnson. Martine Patrice Johnson. Maria Z. Jonovic. Salima Mariam Kemp. James Len Kennedy. Kristen Brooke King. Rachel Cook. Jasmine Monique Kyle. Desiree Nicole Larry. Danielle Nicole Lester. Eric England Linquister. Rebecca Jean Lipscomb. Danita Ashley Marr. Eric William Martin. Janetta M. Martin. Cheyenne Noel Mascarenas. Troikia Nicole Mathis. William Matthews. Justin Lewis Mowdy. Glendale McBee. Mitchell Ryan McConnell. Mark Stephen McDaniel Jr. Casey Anderson McManus. Lucas Matthew Salazar. Ashley C. Kellum. Loretta Henderson Miller. Morgan Mackenzie Miller. Philip Robert Minyard. Edward Misulis. Barbara A. Mitchell. Christina Marie Moore. Keenan W. Moore. Samantha Miles. Jamila Raisha Muhammad. Carlos Oliver. Andrew Talon Overstreet. Shemsi Popraniku. Kayla Marie Pearson. Ashley Janae Phillips. Brandon Corey Pinson. Alicia Nicole Quinn. Jasmine Shanae Rayner. Lakendra Lachey Reed. Ashley Megan Rice. Ryan Darnell Richardson. Crystal D. Richmond. Cara Michelle Rivera. Jerry Ann Pangalinan Roberto. Lauren A. Robinson. Jeffrey Lucas Sanderson. Stephen LaShawn Shaw. Kimberly Nicole Shelton. Lashunda Sims. Angela Denise Smith. Justin Rex Voskis Smith. Richard Jeff Smith. Shantae LaShawn Smith. Yamila Spearman. Christopher Stewart. Shanika Renee Stone. Taisha Ronai Swims. Jazia Tabor. Jamikia Tapper. Brittany Bianca Taylor. Jaleesa Monique Thompson. Teresa L. Thompson. Casey Nicole Wagner. Shaniqua Watson. Alan Hale West. Christina Kelly White. Nakisha L. White. Terina Maria White. Austin J. King. Shanika Latrice Wilchie. Shelby C. Watkins. Steve Dewan Wilkins, Jr. Aisha Nicole Williams. Timfamy Tanji Liga Williams. Terrence S. Wesley. Miriam Asiya Wright. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Science degree: Taylor Lindsay Brewer, Victoria L. Bridewell, Randall Elia Chastain, Merrill Austin Collins, Jimmy Jurugiza, Yasmin F. Odell, Evan John Ross Morrison, Kyle N. Edwards, Raven Simone Johnson, Punita Pradeep Kumar Kapadia, Shelby Lynn Naide, Whitney Elaine Scott, Melanie Ann Sparks, Nicole Alexis Whitaker, Cassandra Bates, Elise Nicole Baumer, Roman Beard, Courtney Danielle Chumley, Monty Kyle Crawford, Alden Blake Daniels, Donal Luther Davis, Jenna Renee Fielding, Kevin Calvin Goering, Chris Hawking Hatch, Jr., Altrisa A. Hawkins, Lori Haynes, Robert Z. Little, Adam Joseph Major, Segan Kyle Murray, Jennifer Lynn Richardson, David William Skinner, Benjamin R. Zambetti, Cameron Nelson Boyd, Elijah Aaron Choi, Jessica Davin, Kelly M. Dodson, Yuchen Do, Dominique Ismail Eccles, Megan Cashel Elam, William Anthony Fitz II, Craig Timothy Herndon, Stephen Michael Johnson, Alyssa N. Lambert, Nathan Lindsay, Myra Karina Lopez, Erica Lachelle Mays, Hannah McCamus, Pinake Patel, Michael A. Pratangelo, Alex Todd Rhodes, Gabrielle Elise Scott, Heather Jolene Ward, Rachel Elizabeth Wells, Angela S. Askew, Katrina L. Baker, Drew Taylor Blair, Bianca Alaya Bolton, Amber Bonai Bond, Callie Nicole Bowen, Jason Timothy Brewer, Lauren N. Dishman, Mayuri Dursandia, Lakin Elizabeth Bush, Bhavin Vinod Chochan, Bonelli Littrell Dobbs, David Ryan Drain, Geneva Patrice Greenwood, Delnice Higgins, Cedric Glenn Jones, Jr., Alicia Lachey Lurie Ross, Joanna Lagovnik, Cecilia Maceo Colombier, Kendall Marie Mayfield, Kayera C. McCoy, Neville Lloyd Mitchum, Jr., Megan A. Nelms, Marcus Ray Pugh, Katarina Teodosia Ruajo, Steve Anthony Sosa, Matricia LaShawn Sullivan, Fantahun Teka Tero, Di Tuk Chong, Amin Rebecca Ufot, Latita Nashonda Ward, Emily M. Wayne, Ashley Marie Webb, Anthony Ryan White, Charles Robert Williams, Brian Thomas Worley. The following candidates have earned the Bachelor of Science in Chemistry: Victoria L. Bridewell, Melanie Ann Sparks,
graduating class and audience, I'm sure that you want to join me today in expressing a genuine. Could I have your attention, please? I'm sure that you want to join me in expressing a genuine sense of gratitude to a group of very special people. For several semesters now, they've worked with you as you pursued your educational goals, and they have invested in your life. I would ask that the representative group of faculty and administrators to stand, and please let us give you a final warm recognition of all your efforts. Faculty and administrators, thank you. The completion of an academic degree, whether the bachelor's, the master's, the specialist, or the doctorate, is seldom done alone. Much appreciation and gratitude is needed for the encouragement that those closest to us have paid to these graduates. Now, graduates, I'd like for you to be seated, and I would like for the parents, spouses, friends, and children to stand and be recognized. You may be seated. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, following the alma mater, students and guests are requested to remain in their seats for the recessional of the platform party and the faculty. Please turn to page 82 of your program and join us as we sing the alma mater. Please stand for the alma mater.
Through all the years to
Nice job watching, folks. On the